Still be on the lookout around the ground, underneath the trees, bushes, things like that for animals sleeping or just hanging out. We also have to wait for each truck individually pinned to the reserve, though we can make some stops out there, just not very many. We're all clumped together. We'll listen to what they're saying for 20 more minutes. It could be complete silence, we never know. Waiting. Almost so close. Look at that. Over on the right, there's an okapi out in the open. Now from behind, they look a little bit like a zebra, but they're actually the only living relative related to the giraffe. They do have an ossicle and skull structure as well as a prehensile tongue, just like a giraffe does. Crazy thing about them, though, they weren't discovered until about 1901. We think that's pretty recent. Think about the fact that a baby okapi wasn't filmed in the wild till last year. Okapis also don't have the best eyesight in the world, but they have really good hearing to the point where they could hear your cell phone vibrating in your pocket from all the way over here. You can also tell this is a female okapi. If you look at her skull, her ossicones lie underneath her skin. Well, the males, if you've ever seen them, their ossicones actually portray up over the skin, kind of like a giraffe's does. Many of the animals that do live in the forest rely on the cover of darkness to help them migrate from place to place. It does help them better hunt, feed, move about. They use those camouflaged instincts to protect them over many, many things. Looks like there are some animals that are crossing the road in front of us. Orange antelope up here, this is called a bongo. Really awesome animal. They have a nickname, it's called the Ghost of the Forest. Oh, black rhino too. They're on the left. We'll talk about rhinos a little bit. Bongo's nicknamed the Ghost of the Forest. They blended very well with their surroundings. Their horns are shaped backwards, helps them glide the underbrush very quickly without getting caught up or anything. But I think the coolest thing about the bongo is the fact that if you ever wipe your hand across their body, they produce this oily substance on their skin, so your whole hand will come off orange just like their fur. It's pretty awesome. The black rhino back there, they're solitary animals. They do like to live alone. That's why there's only one. They can weigh about 3,000 pounds and run up to speeds of 35 miles an hour. They happen to have no threats in the wild either. The only threat a rhino has in the world is a human, sadly. We also left the forest. We're now heading off to the river. And this here is the Safi River. It's typically home to a lot of aquatic animals. Live in the water. Oh, like a male hippo over here on the right. Nile hippopotamus there. Hippos are one of the largest and most dangerous animals in Africa. He's hanging out in the water, It's that purple blob. Like pinkish, purple, reddish blob. A group of hippos is called a bloat, B-L-O-A-T. And the way they communicate, they use a very loud vocalization. Sounds like a wheeze, honk, or honk, and wheeze. If you look underneath the water, there's actually a hippo walking around. So they don't actually swim, they sink to the bottom and walk along the floor. Like, just right next to this bank here closest to us. If people looking underneath the water, you might see some more movements going around. Those whitish gray birds in the island nesting in the middle there, those are pink-backed pelicans. They do get their pink coloration during mating season. They can nest in colonies anywhere from 20 to 500. Both the male and female pelicans will attend to their nest and raise their eggs about 30 days at a time. Another hippo. On the left again, down in the water, you'll see the Nile crocodiles. Make sure you guys are staying completely seated. Thank you. Now, a group of crocodiles like this actually has a few different names. On land, it's called a bask, and the water is called a float. They range about 16 feet long, weigh over 500 pounds. They also go months without eating. When they finally decide to eat, though, they can about half of their body weight in one sitting, which is 250 pounds of food per crocodile at once. And there's about 18 of them in there. It's a lot of food. And now we are heading up into the savannah. The savannah is home to a lot of famous animals like elephants, giraffes, wildebeest. If you look to the right really quickly, you'll see a tree, kind of looks like an upside down tree. It's called a baobab tree. They're leafless 9 months out of the year, and they hold about 10,000 gallons of water inside of them. So animals like rhinos or elephants will use their horns or tusks to puncture holes in their roots and gather water out, especially during dry seasons. I guess this tree is another nickname called the tree of life. It's another name I heard somewhere else around the park today. Now, this is definitely one of my favorite parts of the reserve. Many animals are out here. Since it is a very hot day out, you might see a lot of them hanging out underneath the trees in the shade, or hanging up next to the tree line, very shaded and cool. If you look to the right, you can see a Maasai giraffe. Look right behind the giraffe, you'll see a little opening with an animal laying down in that opening. That's the springbok. You see them laying down that far back there. Now, the springbok, they only reach about 3 feet tall and weigh about 100 pounds. They do get their name from the springing motion they do while running, because they get it leap up about 6 feet straight up, repeatedly, or 13 feet running forward. And they craft to speeds of 50 to 55 miles an hour. The giraffes, though, like I said, those are Maasai giraffes. I say Maasai because there are 9 different species of giraffes. They all live in Africa. They're the tallest animals in the world. They can reach about 18 to 20 feet tall, and they only sleep about 30 minutes a day. They don't even take that full 30 minutes all at once. They take power naps the entire day for just a few minutes at a time. They can also run to speeds of 30 miles an hour, and they have 4 stomachs. So they're not sleeping, they're constantly eating. They do eat for about 20 hours a day. It's a pretty solid life. We only get to sleep for 30 minutes a day. We get to eat for 20 hours a day. And a group of giraffes is called a tower. On the left of the truck is a spotted hyena. Now, hyenas, they run in clans, anywhere from 50 to 100 hyenas at once. And in a clan of hyenas, the lowest ranking female outranked the highest ranking male, which means the girls run the clans instead of the boys. They're also very successful hunters, even though everyone thinks they're scavengers. And they're part of their own family too. It's called the hyenidae. That means they're not related to dogs or cats at all. They're kind of like their own separate animals. On the left of the truck, those reddish-brown antelope are the sable antelopes. They're the emblem of the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. Their horns are shaped backwards, acts as a deterrent against predators. The females are more like a reddish-brown color. Males are almost like a jet black. The gray animals in front of us here, the left and right. These are white bearded wildebeest. The wildebeest are also known as the wild beast in Afrikaans. So in their name, we kind of sounded out wildebeest, wild beast. In the wild, they can migrate in herds anywhere from 500 to 1.5 million at once. They do that every year on their annual migration, so they migrate over the entire continent of Africa. Other animals will join in with them as well, kind of like zebra or impala. They're a pretty cool survival tactic they take to their advantage. The fact they can go about 5 days without water if necessary. They take that to their advantage while they're migrating or trying to find new grasslands or places to reproduce. On the left again, those tan antelope over there. So these are Patterns elands or common elands. The tan ones, very tan ones, those are the females. The grayish tan one, the larger one, that's the male. They are the largest antelopes in Africa. They stand about 6 to 11 feet tall, weigh over 900 pounds. And from standing still, they can leap about 8 feet straight in the air, which is hooked to the wall sitting here on the truck.